Hey, what's good, everyone? It's Sal Stretford. How you're doing? And welcome to another episode of Chatterbox. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the stream, guys. Hope everyone is good. And you know what? Try to be a peaceful day, isn't it? Try to be a nice, calm day with Man United and stuff like that. But it wasn't quite that, was it? You know, we almost got there, but of course not. Of course, we've had rumors today about leaks, who the culprit is in regards to leaks, of course. We've also had news about Marcus Rashford and obviously everything in between. Of course, talking all day, Man United, the talk of the town. Everything in regards to Man United is headline news. And to be honest with you, you know what? We just need a bit of peace and quiet, don't we? We need our football club back. We need you know what? Just a little bit of sanity in the Danya, as they say, of course, guys. And that is how we do. Good afternoon, everyone. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new and smash a like on the video. If you guys can do that for me, be absolutely perfecto, guys. Thank you. Let's get through some of your comments real quick, guys. Let's get through some of your comments. Wow, so many comments. Big up, everyone. UK Rap, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. A few questions for me. What did you start? When did you start podcasting? A long time ago, my friend. A long time ago. Way before a lot of people started podcasting, my friend. And I didn't used to do live streaming though. But I've been in and around YouTube for about 25 years. What is your advice for newcomers? My advice for newcomers, basically, don't do it. It's too saturated. It's too the game is too saturated. Too many people are doing the same thing. What you want when you're podcasting is that you want a little bit element of originality, you know, and not just a voice, but a voice of reason, a voice of experience, and that's what I would say to any newcomers coming. Try and do something original. If I'm being honest, guys, goodness me, is there anything? I feel like I'm being interrogated. Is there anything you regret? Never regret anything in life. I mean, at the end of the day, look, you know, trusting the wrong people, you know, and stuff like that, appearing on certain people's channels, things like that. Maybe that's what I regret most of all, if I'm being honest with you. But most of all, my biggest regret is not seeing Manchester United win anything yet of significance the last 11 years, you know, and I would love Man United to be successful on this stream and see you bunch of guys happy, me happy, enjoying, celebrating, bantering. That's what I want to see. At the moment, it seems like we're the most bantered team in the history of football at the moment. It just feels that way, doesn't it? And now, look, you know what? We got more issues going on. We got the Garnacho issue. Apparently, he's been leaking team news to his brother, of course, guys, which is, if true, terrible, you know, and it has to be dealt with from within. You know, he has to be punished. Unless at the end of the day, look, it hampers Man United's opportunities to win when team news is leaked. It just affects the football club all round, doesn't it? You know, and we have to understand that this can't be happening at a big football club like Man United. If we're being honest, as much as we like Sancho, as much as we adore Sancho, you know what? We can't accept any incompetence. We can't accept any gross misconducts and stuff like that. You know, I feel if he apologizes, if he says it was me, you know, I was giving it to my brother, then that's it. But we have to prove it at the end of the day, don't we? Who has leaked that? That's the thing. Who's leaked the fact that Sancho's brother has been leaking the team news? Who's leaked that? Is it his brother? What's going on? You know what I mean? It's absolute circus at the moment, if we're being honest with ourselves. Absolutely. Big up, Jim. How you doing, my friend? Greetings, UK Rap. Big up, big up, big up, of course. Greetings, afternoon, late evening here. Hope you're doing well, bro. Put up the shrimp and a bar. Lovely, jubbly. I've just had some noodles, Jim. I've had some noodles, some chicken. Absolutely. Big up yourself. Big up, everyone. Big up, big up, Jim, of course. Jim, nice to meet you, UK Rap. Absolutely. He's been here a few times. Good afternoon, Mr. Sal. Good afternoon, Chi. How are you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Good to see you. How are you doing and how is the weather treating you? It's lovely, mate. The weather is lovely over here in the UAE. It is winter in the UAE, so the weather is not too harsh. It's like 25, 26. Nice. Good afternoon, Punjabi United. How you doing? Good morning from Canada. Big up Canada. Canada family in the house. Big up yourself. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Whereabouts in Canada are you from, my friend? Whereabouts in Canada are you from, if you don't mind me asking? Absolutely. Yeah, so you know what? I can't wait till football comes back, if I'm being totally honest with you guys. When football comes back, then that's going to be nice, isn't it? When we got just the football to talk about, of course, guys, in regards to that. I mean, that would be absolutely splendid. But at the moment, it seems like everything but the football, like everything but the goal, everything but the football, guys. And that is the problem that we're having right now. And it should only be about football, of course, guys. That is what it should be. Only about football. And that is all what we should be caring about the most. It's about our football team, at the end of the day. But we're getting obviously distractions from left, right, and center. Left, right, and center, of course, guys. Different distractions here and there, And to be honest with you, it is a little bit disappointing, if we're honest. Jim, Namaste, my Punjabi brother. How are you? Big up Punjabi United. Thank you for coming. Love your name, Punjabi United. Canada, big up Canada. Massive. I think 3-1 City United victory. Sidkarth. I think 3-1 City victory. You would say that, man, advanced, wouldn't you? You don't support Man United. Let's have a look. Please, Mr. Sal, is Chidi Obi training and joining the team? Absolutely, he is. Absolutely, he will be. Definitely, we have to be a little bit patient, but he will be joining the team very, very soon, guys. I did post this video earlier on. If you guys saw it earlier on in the show, of course, guys, he is training at Manchester.
1, 2, drop. Good, well done, good. Slide. First time, open the body up. Oh, wow. Slide. Good, finish.
Definitely very exciting news in regards to Chido Arbi Martin. Of course, can't wait for him to come into the team and make it happen, guys. Absolutely can't wait for it. Absolutely buzzing for Chido Arbi Martin, my friends. You know what? He's a generational. He will be a generational. And at least there's some good news coming out of Manchester United. At least there's some positive news coming out of Man United. Our future is bright. We've got a lot of great youngsters coming through, of course, guys. Ignore the noise. We just have to support the football team and do what we do, isn't it? Which is support our football team and hope that we end up winning something, and hope that we come back. Because it's the hope that they say that it's the hope that kills you. But as long as you've got hope, as long as you're trying, that is the main thing. And I hope Man United are trying. I really do hope that we are trying. I hope those players are trying for that badge, because I want to see Man United challenging at the top of the league. I know it's not going to be this season. It's going to be highly unlikely that we're going to do anything this season. But one thing is, we have to challenge for that Europa League. We have to be ready for next season, at least. Just try and be ready for next season. If we could be ready for next season, then that's it, isn't it? We're there, isn't it, guys? And you know what? We'll be here for it. We'll be here celebrating. We'll be here together, of course, guys, celebrating everything, of course, in regards to our wins and our successes, of course, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me just read this tweet. Let's have a look at this. 1 second, guys. 1 second. I'm just reading this thing. Excuse me 1 second. Yeah, so let's read some more of your comments, guys. Big up, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Kazi. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. Hello, guys. Proper expert. Big up, Bayern friend. My Bayern friend. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Absolutely. Eating some chicken noodles, 3 times spicy. Lovely jubbly. A bit of that spice. Kazi loves the spice, doesn't he? Punjabi, Toronto area. Lovely city. Of course, guys. Lovely city. I've been close to Canada. I haven't quite been to Canada, of course, yet. So, never regret anything. Just a little brother advice. I even made mistakes in life. No, I don't regret anything, of course. The only regret I have is Man United not winning anything, even though that's not my regret. That is a regret as a whole, of course, guys. Rasta, no more players FC Sal that like Rio Ferdinand said. I agree with him. When I mean, it's the first time I've been agreed with Rio Ferdinand, if I'm being totally honest with ourselves. A lot of people are losing their jobs, can't take care of their families. Some of these players need to feel that something. They need to feel a hit, guy. Absolutely, Rasta. They need to feel a hit. They need to understand what this club is all about and understand, what people losing their jobs. People got families, people got mortgages and rent and stuff like that. It's disgraceful what's going on. And it is actually heartbreaking what's going on at Man United at the moment with all the cutbacks and all the money saving. I mean, the Christmas party is just a small, trivial thing in the grand scheme of things. But this is Glazeronomics. Let's not forget that this is Glazeronomics. Glazers are the reason because of this. People are going to say Ineos, but Glazers appointed Ineos. Glazers are the ones who got Ineos in the first place. So at the end of the day, this is Glazeronomics. Glazers are still over the club, and they still have that black cloud hovering over the club because this is what they're doing. They need to feel some pain, those players. 350 grand a week. Some of those players are getting, you know what? Some people are earning 30 grand a year. How many people's jobs can we save? 500 jobs can we save if we just got rid of one of those players? Can we save 500 jobs or something like that? Absolutely. Isn't regret part of life which makes us only better? Yes. No, well, I mean, you don't regret, but you look at it, you learn from it, and you move on and don't dwell on it. That's what I do. Absolutely. The owners, both the old and new, and the players, all of them are disrespecting us fans. It's time the fans take a matter into their own hands. Rather sitting on us time and time again. I mean, it's starting to feel that way, isn't it, Darko? It's starting to feel like there's a little bit of a cloud hovering over Man United, and there's something going to happen very soon, because the fan base are getting incredibly disgruntled and annoyed in regards to what's happening with Man United right now and the cutbacks and stuff, and being ignored, players not performing on the pitch, players walking around on the pitch. Obviously, those players, but the fans are going to be annoyed, and the fans are eventually going to turn. And we've done that before, so they better watch out, Ineos. It can turn, you know what I mean? It will turn. The tide will turn. If they're not careful, if they don't play their cards right, the fans at Manchester United will turn, and they will turn against Ineos pretty quickly before you even know it, guys. Before you even know it. Jim, big up Sikra, big up Kazi, big up everyone, big up Gigi. I'm still waiting for Amas to be called upon. I see so much potentials in that young man. I mean, me too, Gloria. I've been an advocate for him for months and years, man. And I mean months. I wouldn't say years. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but I've been an advocate for Harry Amas for a very long time now. I think he should get a game. I'm waiting still. Absolutely, Jim. Sal, we need some good news this week. One thing I know is that we have you, Sal, and the best, most beautiful community, and it's self-positive and beautiful faith. Thank you so much, Jim. I'm glad I got you, my friend. It's so good to have Jim in the house, as usual. Of course, the legends are in the house, guys. By the way, Mad Advance said, I was joking, mate, all right? Don't crucify me, mate. Don't crucify me. I'm just joking, bruv, at the end of the day. Absolutely. Why you guys are not in the top 10 is diabolical, mate. I ask myself the question. I wake up in the morning every day, proper expert. I wake up every day and I think, where Man United in the league? And I think, is this a bad dream? Is this a nightmare? Why are Man United here? I look at my phone. I see bad news. I see this Garnacho story. I'm like, my goodness me. One little bit of a shining light. Marcus Rashford could be leaving the club. Man United might want to cash in on Marcus Rashford this summer. Of course, Marcus Rashford came from the academy. Now, look, you know what? The problem with Marcus Rashford is that he earns an astronomical amount of money. But if we can cut down the transfer fee, we could probably sell him to a club quite easily. Now, I would sell Rashford 30 million. I would sell him for 30 million. It would get his wage off the books. Obviously, the crybaby is gone and we move on, of course, guys. But will they do that? Will they take a hit? Of course, Marcus Rashford was worth about 100 million a few years ago, wasn't he? He was like, you know, one of the biggest prospects. They were comparing him to Mbappe. Of course, Mbappe's not playing well this season, of course. You know, the way football can change is crazy, isn't it, at the end of the day? Of course, guys. Jim, I stand with all the ordinary people who lost their jobs, having families feed. Absolutely, I stand with them as well, because it must be so horrible to lose your job in such a way, made redundant when players are on that pitch earning 350 grand a week, guys, doing nothing, you know, basically. And it makes me very, very, very disillusioned, if I'm being honest with you guys. Absolutely. 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 Until a fan will turn against their own fellow Brit, forget it. So no fan will turn against their own fellow Brit. What's that got to do with anything, man, Latita? What's that got to do about fans not turning against the Brits? What's the Brit got to do with anything? You like a British football team, you support a British football team, you talk about British people, they'll never turn against their fellow Brit. Let me remind you about something, man, Latuto, very, very quickly, right? Harry Maguire had death threats, yeah? Luke Shaw had threatened to have a device put through his door, right? You want to talk about Brits. David Beckham in 1998 had hanged up on a bridge. Yeah, he every single game he had hell. He had hell. How can you tell that we won't turn against a fellow Brits? Brits always turn against Brits. That's the problem with England. I mean, you don't know much about Britain, I understand. At the end of the day, I don't know where you live, but you know, at the end of the day, look, you know what? Never get turned against. I don't like this xenophobic this kind of mentality, my friend. I don't, because at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with British, English, French, Portuguese. It has nothing. It's to do with Manchester United. Manchester United. Man United will turn against Jim Ratcliffe. Once the turn of a button, they will turn against him. They've turned against others in the past. They've turned against old British owners in the past. They have, right? Even Alex Ferguson at one point. Okay, so don't be saying that they'll never turn against a Brit. You know what I mean? I don't know if you're bitter about England or British people. I don't know. It must be a very... no, I mean, Harry, big up, of course. Big up, Kazi, of course. Please, Casemiro and Ugarte should keep playing a CDM position for now, please. I agree, Chichi. I do agree with that. Absolutely spot on. Who's going to sign Rashford? I mean, the top clubs signing him. We could sell Rashford if we reduce the price, guys. If we could reduce the price, we could sell Rashford. I'm saying 30 million. I'm saying 30 million, guys. I'm saying 30 million. We could reduce the price of Marcus Rashford. I think we can. I really do. I think we reduced the price of Marcus Rashford. I think that we will get buyers for Marcus Rashford. I honestly really do, guys. I don't want to be awful and you know what, on him, because you know what, I was a big fan of Marcus Rashford at one point, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. It hasn't worked out, and we have to move on, guys. We have to move on with Marcus Rashford. We can't cry about it. We just have to move on, and hopefully it gets better. You know, hopefully it gets better, and hopefully, you know what, we get someone else in. Obi Martin, give him a chance. Give him a chance, guys. Give Obi Martin a chance. You know, buy another striker, get him in there. You know what? We're too attached to him. It's nothing to do with him being British. It's nothing to do with that. We are very close to our academy, you know, and that is one of the main reasons, of course. Absolutely. Please give Garnacho buy-in to no settling childish players down. Absolutely. Yeah, you can have him, mate, but you can have him for a price. You can have him for a price, my friend. 300k, 80 million a year, an average income of 600 British people income, and setting the inflation down. I was almost right. There you go. The maths came round in my head, didn't it? All the maths came round in my head. Of course, 350 Germans, people living in average income. Incredible, isn't it? When you think about it, it's incredible. It's incredible that these people, you know, earn that much money a week, and then the average guy earns, you know what I mean, not even a fraction of what that is, of course, guys. Absolutely. Is Dalot Sal concrete now? I don't know. I haven't heard anything. News about Real Madrid has been circulating over the last couple of weeks, but you know what? Why would Real Madrid sign Dalot? I just have to ask the question. Why would they sign Dalot? They've already got quite a decent squad there. I don't know why they would sign Dalot, in my opinion. Rashford to Dortmund, maybe average player for average club, but the wages, man. I know, man. Maybe. No, he'd do well at Dortmund. I think that would be perfect. I mean, Sometimes you need to move on. Sometimes you can become stale at a place. You can stay too long at a football club, and maybe you need a change. I do believe he needs to change. I think he needs to leave the football club. I really do. I think he needs to change it up, because he's been at Man United too long. He's becoming stale. He's not scoring goals now, and his performances are slowly declining, ain't they? Ain't they, guys? Absolutely. Absolutely. So far, Ratcliffe, by the way, Qatar nowhere. They're big from nowhere. They gave big contracts to Eric Ten Hag and Bruno. Sacked Eric Ten Hag. Sacked Eric Ferguson. Fraser. What are you talking about, mate? Sacked Eric Ferguson. Raised ticket prices. Got Ashford and sacked. So Sal, is this all not enough? I don't know what you mean, mate. If I can understand your broken English, I will be able to understand that. But that doesn't make sense, mate. Sal, so far, Ratcliffe came, by the way, us and Qatar from nowhere. By the way, Sir Jim Ratcliffe came out of nowhere and pipped Qatar to the post, basically. Matata, yeah? Then gave a big contract to Eric Ten Hag and Bruno. Yeah, and they're not British. Sacked Eric Ten Hag, sacked Sir Alex Ferguson. No one sacked. Look, at the end of the day, Sir Alex Ferguson, it was a mutual consent. It was not a sacking. It was a mutual consent. So don't spread rumours. It was a mutual consent. We never wanted Jim Ratcliffe in charge of Man United, but it has nothing to do with him being British. It has nothing to do with him being French or Italian or wherever he's from. It has nothing to do with that. Look, just say you don't like British people. It's fine, Matata. If you don't, then you know what? There's another club. You can probably support Stuttgart or something like that. I don't know. Go up there and support them. Absolutely. Sal, if someone offered you 20 million for Rashford, would you accept it? Absolutely. I take 10, Greek. Just to get the wages off the books, of course. That's just to do that. I would take 10. Sorry, I would. You know, I need serious rehabilitation. Let us all sell as much and start signing from the scratch. Absolutely, Chichi. Great comment. We need to start from scratch, Chichi. We do. You know what? It seems like we need a reset. I know we said this many times. We need a reset. We need a reset. But it seems like we do. And the reset should be with the players. You know what I mean? With the players. Those players have been there for like 10 years, some of them 5 years, some of them 10 years, and they need to be removed, of course. Marcus Rashford should be sold now. I'm telling you now, he's at that age. We can get some money from him, get rid of him off the wages, the stress goes, and I'm not only talking about Marcus Rashford, I'm talking about Luke Shaw, I'm talking about Bruno, I'm talking about Dalot, I'm talking about all these players that need to play the football club. It's about Manchester United at the end of the day, not player FC, of course. Dalot is world class in my opinion, but I think Dalot doesn't want to play for this club anymore. Saturation point. I don't think he's world class, Probex, but as a Man United fan, he's not world class. I disagree. Absolutely not. He leaves his marker. He doesn't track back. His positioning is awful. 75% of our goals have come on his side. He's a poor player, right or left. He is. Unfortunately, he's not ready for the Premier League. Maybe the Bundesliga. He'd be good for the Bundesliga, which is a far more inferior league. But you know what? At the end of the day, he's not good enough for Man United, in my opinion. I heard rumor maybe 2 players could go in January. I mean, could be. I mean, watch this space. Something could happen in January that we don't expect. But also, one thing I would say, if something doesn't happen in January, it is what it is at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And at the end of the day, you know what? I hope that we do make some business in January. But one thing's for certain, right, is that we're going to clear these bad apples. By hook or by crook, we are going to clear these bad apples. These bad apples will be out the football club very soon. Don't worry about it. And I can't wait for it. I'm going to be all here for it, of course. Big up, Pearl. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope everything is good with you, my friend. Good to see you. Sam said, welcome, salam. Break lines around me. The truth is, after 15 years of management by the Glazers completely destroying the club, there's no magic fix. It's going to take time. And one of the main things lies around me is the Glazers need to sell up. I want those Glazers to leave, but I just can't see it. We had an opportunity with Qatar. Obviously, Jim facilitated the Glazers, so we ended up having to sell to Jim on a percentage, leverage, buyout, whatever it was. Now, at the end of the day, you know what? Qatar, we insulted Qatar, so Qatar won't be coming back if any offer anytime soon. So, you know what? We have to move on from that, and we just have to hope that one day Jim Ratcliffe finds the money to buy out the Glazers. I mean, to be honest with you, I think they spent all their money, because they bought the club and they probably spent all the money on all their finances. But yeah, I know this was certain. Ineos have a stack of money stacked up. They do. I know it sounds very, very sinister, but they have a stack of money stacked up for January, for the summer. Believe you me. I said it before Eric Ten Hag was sacked, that they have money to sack Ten Hag. They have money to sack Ten Hag. You know, they do. And people say, no, they don't have any money. They're broke. They do. They have it there. So they have a worst case scenario money, kitty, up there. Do you know what I mean? So looking forward to it. Big up, Kenny. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, mate. No, Dalot ain't world class. He's a decent utility player. That's about it. That's as high as it gets. And that's a compliment, Kenny. That's a compliment, of course. Of course. Not sure if I take 10, but consider that an open negotiation about a quicker ball, so you might have a point. It's to do with his wages, Jim, because at the end of the day, the other teams are going to look at him and think, I don't want to pay 350 grand a week. You know, so what can we do? I mean, minimum, to be honest, it'd be great if we got 30 for him. He was worth 100 a few years ago, wasn't he? 100 million a few years ago. And look at how the great have fallen. How the great have fallen, you know? It's madness. We should have sold them whilst we could. Earthfan, what's going on, brother? I hope you're doing well. Good afternoon, Earthfan. I hope you're good, brother. I hope you're good. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Mr. Sal, Onana can't be competing all the time. Let's give a start to Sir Third Choice chance. Onana is now keeping all the games, and it's not nice for me. I agree, Ochichi. I've been saying this for about a year. You're on fire today, Ochichi. You're on fire. You're speaking a lot of gospel. I agree. I do think we should give another goalkeeper a chance. Onana, he's just always prone to mistake, isn't he? He's always got one mistake in him, and that's the problem with him. And I'm talking about, you know what? Every goalkeeper makes mistakes, but not as many as him. Sometimes he makes some fantastic saves, and you look at him, you think, wow, what a save, what a goalkeeper. And then he does something so silly, so like against Nottingham Forest, and it cost us. Even if it cost us a point, it cost us a point. That could be crucial at the end of the season, you know? Chichi Martinez lost the fight. He used to be undergoing his first surgery in United. De Ligt and Imagery are so phenomenal. De Ligt and Imagery, they're phenomenal. I mean, Martinez, I'm going to be a little bit sympathetic to Martinez. Martinez, I think the injuries may have taken their toll on Martinez. I think his injury record is atrocious. And I think that has harmed him a lot. Because when he first came to Man United, he was fantastic. People were saying he was one of the best defenders in the world. Do you remember? Now, because of the injury record that he's got, of course, you know what, we have to look at it and say, you know what, it has taken its toll. And you know what, his injury records have affected his play. I think so. He's too slow now. He hangs onto the ball too much. He's a bit indecisive and a bit anxious. I like the player. He's one of my favorite players. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, probably my favorite signing of the last, since Alex Ferguson left. Probably my favorite signing, you know. But we have to understand that, you know what, he had a lot of injuries and serious injuries as well. Maybe we need to get him some rehabilitation. Maybe we need to send him off to an island somewhere, you know, in some heat, some Mediterranean heat or something. Alex Ferguson used to do that with Cristiano Ronaldo and stuff like that. Remember when he used to send Ronaldo off to Madeira and stuff like that to get him rehabilitated? Maybe he needs to rehabilitate. Maybe there's many of our players that need to rehabilitate. Maybe Dalot needs to rehabilitate. Maybe Bruno needs to rehabilitate. Let's remember that these players have not had a rest. They've not had a rest all through the summer and all the way through this season as well. And last season, of course, guys. So, yeah. Two Birds told me Rashford is up for Sal and United is not replacing the sporting director. United enough money for January. No, United have enough money for January. Man United have money. Definitely, Irfan. Man United have money. Don't be deceived by the narrative that Ineos have no money. That is just a tactic that they use to lower expectations. They have money and they can buy players. I am hearing that they may loan a player with an obligation to buy. They could loan with an obligation to buy, which means that they have to buy him. A little bit like Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho has to leave Chelsea, has to stay at Chelsea because Chelsea are going to come in the top four. Let's be real about it. We're not getting in the top four. We got Arsenal, we got Chelsea, we got Liverpool, we got Man City. You know, and you know, I don't think we're going to come above those teams. I hope we do. I really do hope we do. I really do hope we shock a few people, but I just don't see it happening, my friends. I really don't. And you know what? One thing I would say is that, you know what? We did it to ourselves. We've done it to ourselves, and that's just the way it is. And you know what? Hopefully it changes one day, of course, fan. But you know what? One thing about Rashford, he is up for sale. Ineos do want to sell Marcus Rashford. They do want to cash in on him. I mean, it doesn't take a genius. And let's not forget, he's British, Matata. Yeah, and we do want to cash in on him. We do want to cash in on him, because he is obviously from the academy. We're going to get the full cash. It's just not working out. And it doesn't take a rocket science to understand that we need to sell this player right now because it's not working. He's become stale. Look, you know what? When he broke through the team, I was so excited about Marcus Rashford. But back then, he was a better player than he is now. He's not improved. Technically, speed, assisting, heading, not the same. Not the same player. He's worse. A proper expert can't wait to call United an oil club. Oh, never going to happen, mate. Never going to happen, my friend. Never going to happen. Not now, anyway. Not now, of course. We don't speak English here, nor is it important for us. So sorry for the mistakes. You ain't made no mistakes, proper expert. Absolutely not. What mistakes have you made? Nothing, mate. Big up the German contingent. Big up Germany. Big up Deutschland. Big up Bayern Munich. Lots of history with Bayern Munich and Man United. Love to Bayern Munich. Love to the Bundesliga. And love to Germany. Absolutely. Peace be upon, my friend. Luman, I think Gaddafi United is drunk when he says should sell Rashford even for 10 million. Sal, I think Gaddafi United is drunk when he say we should sell. I mean, he's not. He's right. He's right. And the reason he's right is because no one else would take him for any money because of his wages. He's right, Luman. He's not even worth, I mean, at the end of the day, look, I know that 10 is a little bit of an exaggeration. I think maybe 15, 20. But you look at the wages, how much we pay a year. Teams are not going to want to pay that money. So the most important thing for Man United is to sell him for a cheaper price and take that huge wage off the wage packet. It will help with the FFP. It will help with Man United going forward in regards to different players that they want to replace him with. It's a tactical move, right? You have to take a hit if you want to move forward sometimes in business. That's just the way it is, Luman, and my friend. You know, and at the end of the day, 15, 20 million, I'll snap your hand off. He's just not that guy anymore. And we have to understand that, you know, he's just not that guy anymore. We need to move on from the old guard that have been there for 10 years. Of course, if we can get more for him, if we can get more, fantastic. 30 million, take it like that. Absolutely. Dalot is Amarin's favorite player. I'm convinced Dalot will become world class. He's got to prove it soon, mate. He's got to prove it soon. But he's young. I would say he's a young player. He can improve. Let's wait and see. I'm not going to put any pressure on the lad because world class is a term that gets thrown around way too easily. We don't know how he's going to be. Well, at the moment, he's not lower division class, second half of the table class, the way he's going on. For whatever reason that is, I don't know, but he has declined this last year for whatever reason it is. Maybe he needs a rest, as I said earlier. Maybe he needs to be sent off or not, like, you know what, a little bit of a break. You know, I like Dalot. I do. But he's not been playing well. In fact, he's been top 5 worst players for Man United, you know, this season. And I'm disappointed and I'm disillusioned by it, you know, because I like the player and I hope he does well. Not just like every Man United player, I want them to do well. I have no affiliation with hating these players. You know, I don't. And at the end of the day, I'm not player FC. I'll call it as it is. I'll praise when it's due and I'll criticize when it's due. You know, at the end of the day, he was not entirely at fault at the weekend, and we cannot throw that at him. Bruno gave away the ball. Onana let in a stupid goal, right? That's one thing. But in that formation of the wing back, I'm not seeing him going forward enough. I'm not seeing him tracking back enough. And that is what he's going to have to take work on. I think he's 24, isn't he? So, you know what? We give him time. He's going to have time. I'm not going to jump on him. I'm not going to criticize him. I'm not going to slander him. I'm just going to say, I hope he picks it up. I hope he picks it up. I hope he becomes world-class because Irfan, that's all we want at the end of the day. And that is all we, you know what? That's good for us, isn't it? That's good for us. It's good for Man United. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. Onana's too heavy. His upper body is too heavy. So when you have a heavy upper body, when you go down, it's a little bit difficult to get down quickly. You know, so he is a little bit heavy on the upper body side of things. Really, we should hate on Rashford. It's not his fault. The shirt is heavy for him. Yeah, like many players before. Players after they leave United, they're going well, like McTominay, Marcel, and Darmian. They haven't done well. Marcel, they haven't done well. I wouldn't say well. No, I've got Italian roots. Darmian's done okay. McTominay's playing in a league that is a lot slower, so it's good for him. It's his level. It's his level. It's not that they've done better. It's just that they've gone down a level. That's all. The Premier League is a different fish. It's a different animal. You have to be on it as soon as you can. Capello said it a few weeks ago. Fabio Capello said it a few weeks ago about Xerxes. Xerxes came from Bologna, of course. Xerxes was killing it at Bologna. Xerxes was in the team of the year at Bologna. He said, in Italy, you can get the ball, look left, look right, look up, look down, and pass the ball. In England, as soon as you're about to look left, you've lost the ball. That's the difference. So I wouldn't say that any player has done fantastic well when they've left Man United. Not since the days of Ronaldo, you know, not since those days. You know, at the end of the day, I don't think they've done well, in my opinion. I don't think anyone has left Man United and been, wow, you know, usually they go down, in my opinion. Maybe that's a testament, of course. Mazuri is injury prone. I just want United fans to be patient and wait until the end of the season. I'm waiting, a proper expert. I'm waiting to the end of the season, my friend. I'm waiting all the way. I'm not going to jump at anything. Mazraoui has been our player of the season. Thank you, Bayern Munich, by the way. Thank you, Bayern München, for Mazraoui. Thank you. We love him. He's an absolute diamond, and he is one of the best signings in the last 10 years, my friend. Absolutely love it. That's a great point, Sal. The wages is a problem, not just Rashford, but all of them. I think Rash is on 350. Yeah, you'd be spot on, Jim. A week ridiculous. A lot of them are on crazy wages. We've got to fix that issue. Absolutely. And this is the culture at the football club that needs to change. But at the moment, Jim, how are you feeling? I'm feeling a little bit disillusioned with Ineos. I'm feeling a little bit upset with them. I'm not feeling positive like I did at the beginning of the season. Everyone knows my stance on Qatar. Everyone knows I wanted the full Sal only. But I was willing to give Ineos the chance to see, okay, they've got the 27% on what they got. Let's see what they can do. Let's see if they can go forward and stuff. But at the end of the day, that, you know what, they've flattered to deceive so far, in my opinion. It's starting to get there, of course. Maguire's a clear indicator. I agree, fan. I agree. Although Maguire has, to his testament, he's been okay. He hasn't been bad last season. He saved us a number of times. We had a lot of injuries last season, and he was good. He's a model professional, a brilliant professional. But in regards to quality, we need better, Irfan. We need better. I agree. We need better in regards to quality, of course. If Liverpool manage to win the league back-to-back, what will be your reaction? I hope not, though. It's a horrible fault, proper expert 21, a very horrible fault and a nasty fault because they would go ahead in regards to our league title tally. We got 20, they got 19 at the moment. If they win it this season, they have 20. If they win it again, it'd be 21. So the only thing we can throw at Liverpool at the moment, apart from us being better fan base and more of a classier team, is that, you know what, we got more league titles than them. Now, it's looking a little bit bleak in regards to Liverpool winning the title. It does look possible, my friend. It looks possible that they can do the title. But what do? Do we cry about it? Do we dwell on it? No, we have to pick ourselves up. We have to fix everything, get rid of the players that need to be get rid of, start again and go again and try and win it. Try and win it. Prove it. You're Manchester United. Prove what you can do. Bayern fan know who we are. Bayern, the world knows who Man United are. We need to be back. You want Man United back. I want Man United Bayern in the Champions League. That's what we want at the end of the day. We want that, don't we? We don't want, these pretend teams, you know what I mean? Because that's what they are. And Liverpool winning the league is a nightmare. It's a nightmare, to be honest with you. I feel absolutely so down in regards to that. It's like the worst case scenario. Kazi, saw the interview regarding Van der Sar. All the best for him. Absolutely. All the best for Van der Sar and his health, of course. He was very ill a few months ago, wasn't it? A year ago. Very ill. Lots of love. I met the guy, Van der Sar. Top bloke. Absolutely brilliant. When I used to sit on the Stretford end behind the goal, front row, he always used to slap hands with me. We always used to have a little giggle and stuff like that. He's an absolute diamond person. He is, absolutely. We will play Champions League next year. Bookmark this statement. I believe you, Irfan. I believe you, my friend. I believe you. I believe we will play the Champions League next season if we win the Europa League. What do you think? Europa League or the league? Is it the Europa League or the league? You think we're going to win the Europa League or is it going to be the league? I mean, it'd be big. It'd be a big turnaround. It'd be a big turnaround, wouldn't it? Absolutely. If we win the league. Mr. Sal, please also man deal true. He's on Man United's wish list, Uchichi. Man United have a conveyor belt of players that are on their wish list. Of course, today I was talking about Pepe, who plays for Sporting Lisbon, who plays for PSV, plays for PSV, scored a lot of goals, 10 goals in 15 appearances or something like that. Very good player. We're interested in him, of course. We're interested in Obi Martin, I mean, but he's going to cost about 62 million. At the moment, he's on loan at Galatasaray, but Man United might fork out for the player. But what do we do, guys? How is Osimhen going to score goals if he doesn't get balls? And this is the problem. We have to work out a way to get supply to our strikers consistently. At the moment, we're not doing that. Personally, we're not doing that enough, in my opinion. And I think we do need to get the ball to the striker much more effectively, of course. Big up Irfan, the legend, Kazi, the legend, Jim, the legend. Absolutely, Jim. Selling United at any price is a clear profit. Absolutely, mate. Selling United at any price. Absolutely, brother. Like Marcus Rashford, any price would do. Price is right for Marcus Rashford. I've seen a few United fans wanting players like Pogba and Osimhen next season. I think these two guys will make down to earth players like Højlund, Mainu, etc. I don't know what happened with Rashford. Mainu, egotistic. Yeah, I agree. You made a very, very good point there, proper expert. You know more than some Man United fans, my friend. Yes, Pogba has been a disaster. Pogba, I wouldn't want him back at Man United because of the way he has been the last 10 years at Man United. He hasn't been good, has he? Flattered to deceive. And you know what? Much more interested in having the party life than playing football. At the end of the day, call me old-fashioned, but you know what? Win things, be successful, then do what you like. Because at the end of the day, they're doing it the other way. They're doing what they like and not winning anything. And that's the problem with these players, of course. I'm not sure with Osimhen. I'm not sure with his personality. I have Neapolitan roots, of course, guys. So at the end of the day, you know what? I heard some bad things about him, but one thing's for certain. He's a gunman. He's a proper striker. But obviously, his personality is coming to question as well. It's an ego thing, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's an ego thing. Absolutely. Jim, so would you consider taking Sancho back? I would not go near him. I don't want him back. Having good morals is far more important than respectful about it. Absolutely. Greeks United, Jim, look, legendary comment, my friend. Look, you know what? When Sancho was made available, when he signed for Man United, I was a big advocate for Jadon Sancho. And I want to clear this up. I said it in my short video today. I was a big advocate for Jadon Sancho. I was like, get Sancho. He's brilliant. Get Sancho. I'm not saying he's not a talented player. But as Jim said there, quite rightly, it's not to do with talent. Even though he hasn't performed for Man United under various managers, he hasn't performed. He's been a flop, right? He plays one good game in 5, and then they make it out that he's bloody amazing, right? The thing I will say about Sancho, as Man United, it's about respect. Exactly what Jim said. It's about respect. We cannot tolerate petulance. We cannot tolerate spoiled brat attitude at Man United. Writing a tweet on Twitter against your manager, against your football team, and most of all, against your fans. Because it doesn't matter, really. about what he said about the manager. Well, it does, but what he said about the manager disrupted the manager. The manager's got thick skin. He'll deal with that. He disrespected the club. Okay, he disrespected the club. But most importantly, he disrespected the fans. That guy had 3 months off paid, right? While people were getting sacked. You know what I mean? Good riddance. Good luck at Chelsea. We're going to get money from you. 25 million. Thank you very much. We hope we never see you again. Sayonara. Absolutely. Big up, Jim. Absolutely. Big up, big up. There can be only 40 to 6 world-class players, including Orbiter. You know what it is, proper expert? Man United lack team. They lack a team. You can have all the world-class players you like, but if you don't have a team, there's no point. We need a team. That's what we need. We need a team that functions well. Just like Sporting Lisbon, Ruben Amorim and Sporting Lisbon, it functioned well. A team, you know, at the end of the day. And we don't have a team at the moment. We have a bunch of individuals who are disjointed, who don't know where to pass when they've got the ball, who pass back, pass sideways, pass back, so pass sideways, a little bit of a run, pass back. That's what we do. And the chances are few and far between, you know, and this is the problem with it. You know, this is the problem. And I just want a team back. Man United have never had the greatest play. Look, I'll be honest with you guys. Man United have never had individually the best players in the world, right? They've had a few scattered around, Paul Scholes, David Beckham, here and there, Schmeichel maybe, you know, Keane and stuff like that, you know. But Man United always worked on the basis of working as a team, working as a unit. And that's what it was. That's why most of the time when players left Man United, they went downhill and they didn't succeed because they functioned well in a team. And Man United don't have a team at the moment. And that is what is concerning me at the moment, is that the fact we don't have a team, of course. Big up everyone, of course, guys. Started free because switching the play, but got wasted by Ahmad. Look, Irfan, you know, one thing I would say is that he has been poor this season and we have to hold it. We have to hold it. I'm not Play FC, but Dalot has been criticised at AC Milan, right? As Italian, you know, roots, he's been criticised at AC Milan and he has been poor at Man United this season. He has. We have to hold it. He's done some good things. That's great. But you know what? We have to hold it that he's been poor this season. Porto were checking that his side just so they can score a goal, and they did 3. You know what I mean? So, you know what? At the end of the day, look, I like the player, but we can't pick up what is not there at the moment. He has to pick it up. We have to have a balance here. We have to have a balance. We can't be Play FC. We're Manchester United FC standards. Gary Neville, Dennis Irwin, Patrice Evra, Paul Parker, that level. You know what I mean? And that is the elite level. That's the elite level. I hope he succeeds. Fingers crossed he becomes world-class. But right now, he is not. He's far from it. And he's making mistake after mistake. Positionally, he's making mistake after mistake. And he's not doing anything. You know, Ahmad is 5 years younger than Dalot. Ahmad's playing every game. Wing back. It's not even his position. Dalot should be accustomed to playing wing back. And Ahmad's playing better on the wing back than Dalot. So we have to be honest with ourselves, Irfan. You know, we have to be honest with ourselves. I know that there's certain men that want to praise him continuously. And that are not only him. I'm talking about Rashford. I'm talking about Bruno. I'm talking about all these players, right? They're continuously playing because they're Player FC. I'm not Player FC. I've been supporting this football club for 40 years. I don't care about Player FC. I care about Man United FC. And if these players are not playing well, I'm very, very balanced in my opinion. Very balanced. And I will look at it. I'll say, he done that right. He done that right. He done that bad. He done that bad. You know, and at the end of the day, I hope he picks it up because this season, overall, he's been poor. And we have to hold that. We have to hold that at the end of the day. And Amorim has to play him because we've really got no one else. The injuries we got at the moment, you know. But we'll have to wait and see. 129 likes, 26 likes. Thank you so much, fam. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Sal, would you swap Rashford with Trossard? No. I mean, I'm not that. I mean, it's just not much of an upgrade, is it? Really, Trossard's decent, but it's not much of an upgrade. It's not going to get us to where we want to be, if you know what I mean. You know, it's a heavy shirt. You play like you mean. For example, it's actually like Cantona. Standing on the shoulders of giants. Cantona, Keane, Ince, Stam, Hughes, Bruce, Beckham, Giggs. Yeah. That's the levels you have to get to. These players are not on that level. Definitely not on that level. And, you know, we have to hold that. We have to admit that these players are not on that level that they should be, of course, you know. Daylight robbery, says Kazi. Big up. Kazi, my brother, happy to see you. Happy to see you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Happy to see you guys. So, you know what, guys? One thing I want to do one day, I want to come on this stream. I want to open my laptop. I want to log on, and I want there to be nothing but positivity, nothing but positive vibes, nothing but Man United winning football matches. That's what I want. I want to be more interested in bantering Arsenal, bantering Chelsea, bantering Man City. That's all I want to be interested in. Nothing else. At the moment, we don't have the opportunity to do that. It's peak for us at the moment. It's a bad time for us at the moment. And you know what? I want this to change because all I care about is Manchester United. And those players on the pitch are not implementing anything correctly. And it's annoying me because it looks like they don't even want to play the system. They're not trying to play the system. And that's what's annoying me the most. You know, that they're not giving their all, of course. If everyone plays correct, it's an link about less centre back, he can safeguard the defence. We need to play 2 CDMs. That's what I think. It's just the reality. It's just the reality. Yeah, we need to play. Amarim needs to sign 1 left wing back, 1 right wing back. We need to get that sorted. Of course, guys, definitely need to get that sorted, and maybe another centre back as well. You know, we need to fix up the defender. Masri are not injury prone. They got rid of him because of his pro, but absolutely. Big up lies around me. Injury prone at Bayern for absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Lies around me. We know the story. Absolutely. Selling Rashford is a clear profit by mistake. Saying United selling is a clear profit, though it is. I meant Rashford. Absolutely, Irfan, you're spot on, mate. I would sell him. I would sell him reluctantly, but I would sell him. You know, I would sell Marcus Rashford. It just hasn't worked out. Sometimes we have to know when to move on, isn't it? You know, but it's not just him. So great minds think alike. I'm very little angry with Ineos too. I'm disillusioned of what their motives are. I too wanted to retire, and a horrible thing is when Sal was on, I knew the obvious. The obvious was that Jim and Ratcliffe and them needed to move out the way. If they moved out the way, Ineos would have, Glazer's hands would have been forced to sell to Qatar. But obviously, Jim Ratcliffe got in the way. He went to bed with the Glazers, and the rest is history. You know, unfortunately. Big up, Jim. Goals to George. I wouldn't be surprised if Jared Branthwaite was a Dan Ashford target. Not surprised, not shot by Ineos so far. I knew that marriage to the Glazers was going to be slow, burn too, with many bumps. Yeah, he had a number of choices there. He has made some good signings. At the end of the day, if they feel that we don't need a director of football, the fact that we challenged like for ages for a director of football, the garden and leave, whatnot, what a waste of time and money. You know, and at the end of the day, if we didn't need him, then, you know, why did we employ him? It just stinks of obviously incompetence, doesn't it? To be honest with you. Sal, what owners of a football club deploy a director of football, pay the lease cost 20-something million, and 5 months later sack him? That's poor. Very poor. Because, Jim, what can you do with that money? What can you do with that money? You know, and that's the thing. Give it to charity. Do something useful with it. Just wasted a whole bunch of money. Not to mention his wages and stuff like that, of course. Absolutely. The wingers need to cross more back to roots. Giggs and Beckham can Chelsea sharp, true winger style. Absolutely. I can't wait. I mean, it's never going to get back to that, lies around me. They were absolutely generational players. Lee Sharp was on the bench, of course. Of course, I met Lee Sharp a few times. Yeah, I know his obviously wife and stuff back on his girlfriend and stuff like that. But you know what? Absolutely. Yeah, when I see those names lies around me, I just get very, very enthusiastic. You know, I think, yeah, but then you think about the players that we got now. You know what I mean? Guys, don't forget, I got 5,000 coming up in a few, of course, guys, a few. Sid Craft has reminded me. Of course, I've got 5,000. I've got a few more followers to get to 5,000. No bots, guys. No bots like some people. You know what I mean? I'm on nearly 5,000, guys. Absolutely amazing achievement. We've extended our followers, our subscribers from the European Championships by double, triple, almost. And it's absolutely fantastic, you know, and I'm absolutely honored by you guys. You guys are absolutely just the best. Punjabi United, Our season depends on players. We have good coach, and even Ten Hag was not a bad coach, but it all depends on player right now. Player power, isn't it? To Punjabi United, it's player power, and player power. We need to move from the football club. We need to be ruthless. To get rid of player power, we need to be ruthless. We need to move quickly and say, look, you know what? Surplus to requirements. Marcus Rashford in the office, mate. It's not working out. You can go. You can go for a cut price. If you want to reduce your wage, that will help us get rid of you. But you know, he's not going to do that, is he? At the end of the day. Rashford wanted by Arsenal. It's a bit like Kazi. It's a bit like when they signed Mikel Silvestri, isn't it? It's a bit like that when they signed Mikel Silvestri. Oh, God. United will be forced again with 6 or 8 members of the 18-man squad will start at top 3 teams in Italy, Spain, England, and Germany. When the team plays well, the individuals will shine. We need a team first, don't we, Goals for George? We need a team. That's a key word, a team. We don't have a team at the moment. We're not functioning at the moment, of course. As a clueless and project both parties, but if anything surfaced, maybe an agreement of risk and non-confidence to employ it. Absolutely. Player FC is the cancer that kills the football club. It creates a toxic culture. And when you have players who are not disciplined, young careers can be easily ruined. Absolutely. Spot on. I have worry about the young players at Man United sometimes, Jim. I really do. With the influences around them, I do worry about them sometimes, of course. Unpopular opinion. Ahmad is overrated. Not a United aura, but better playing under a coach like Pep, whose football is in his favour. We have to be a little bit kind to Ahmad. He's playing right wing back. He's not a right wing back. He's an attacking midfielder. But Irfan, I come from a generation of Andre Kanchelskis, Lee Shark, Cristiano Ronaldo, David Beckham, Ryan Giggs. My standards are way up here. Way up here. You know, best wingers of all time. So I'm going to criticize players when I see deemed to criticize them. But one thing I would do, I'll call it as it is, Irfan. He's playing right wing back. He's not a right wing back, you know. And at the end of the day, you know, we have to give him his props. He's been one of our better players this season, Irfan. He has. Irfan, you're sounding like Mark N at the at the moment. Okay. At the end of the day, look, he's playing out of position. I would like to see Dalot play up front, you know, if he's swap position at the end of the day. But yeah, he's young, you know, he's 5 years younger than a lot of those players. And to be honest with you, you know, he's playing out of position and we have to give him his props and be fair a little bit for a young player, of course. It's not Man United way to slander young players at our football club. We look at more the older, more experienced players there. That's how we do it. Yeah, that's how we do it. As a guy with 500 games under my belt, going to Man United, learning the history, knowing people at the club, 40 years of my life, I know what that we never used to slander our young players. And that's just the way. We have to give them a chance. They're not nowhere near where they need to be. Absolutely agree. I just mentioned Beckham and Kanchelskis and Giggs and Ronaldo and Beckham. You know, but you know what? We won't put them down too much. We won't put them down too much. I actually thought Dillard had a very high ceiling when he first. And me too, Goals for George. But he has been inconsistent and does not do anything at a high level except not getting injured. Ever expectations dashed. That's the thing, Goals for George, isn't it? That's the conundrum, isn't it? That's the conundrum at the end of the day. GK, bro, level, we know now the current generation is not like the past decades, agree, but system-oriented, they fit or not, that's the question. As I've been saying, GK, it's all to do with the team and tactics. You need the right team to fit into the tactics, and when you fit into the tactics, you create a better team, and we don't have that at the moment. We're a bunch of disjointed, we're a bunch of individuals at the moment, winging it at the moment, I would say. Big up, Felix, how you doing, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, of course. Amram, the best genius in the world. He will be, Amir. He will be. He will be proven to be. Of course, I'm pretty certain he will be soon, of course. Absolutely. I'm going to hold it to you, Sal. I'm very critical when players' performance. I've noticed Amram loves Dalot, and that itself holds my prediction plausible. It's plausible because we got no one else. He will become world class. Even Jose agree. Because he's Portuguese. He's going to agree. Sorry. But it's just the way of the nature of it is, isn't it? It's a bit like England saying that Harry Kane is the best striker in the world, you know, when he's not. You know, it's like that, isn't it? At the end of the day. Time will tell at the end of the day. Time is an education. He's 24 going on 25 now. Let me have a look at how old Dalot is. I know Ronaldo was world class at 25. So Dalot is 25. He's 26 in March. Irfan, he's 26 in March. And you're saying he's going to become world class. He should be at his peak. He should be at his peak now. He's 26 in March. So in my youth, I used to go to cafes in youth 12 a.m. Saturday night, sometimes 3 a.m. and watch United games live in the early 2000s. Used to banter Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City fans. I love it, Jim. I miss that time, so I might go back to England and just about when Man United does win the league, Jim, I'll go back to England and I'll banter some fans. I'll banter some fans, absolutely. Go all out and get Alphonso Davies. I agree. Lies around me, absolutely. Danny B, big up yourself, of course. Big up, Sal. Love you, brother. Love you too, Jim. Big up yourself. Thank you so much, of course. Don't forget, Dalot went through several coaches, and United is not a world-class team at all. So not just Dalot and inconsistent. We watched that. That's all I'm saying. We'll see, mate. He's 26. You know, and at the end of the day, Milan didn't rate him either. You know, they said he was positionally suspect. And he's positionally suspect now. And I hope he changes. That's all I can say. I have got some news from different sources saying that Rashford has been put on a market sale. Isn't it the truth? It's the truth. Man United do want to sell Marcus Rashford. He looks like he may leave the club. I think he should leave the club. I think he needs to move on, you know, in my opinion. Goes to the only player that United sold recently that made me sad was because of talent was Greenwood. Didn't like the cancel culture and the forgiveness. I agree, Goals with George. I agree with that. I do. But you know what? Self-righteous people, isn't it? Self-righteous people. Congrats now for your achievements, your hard work, well deserved. Big up. Thank you, Jim. It's people like you who make it worth it, my friend. Thank you very much. The approach we used to have is good, use good defensive guys. Man United, Man United used to have good in every position, didn't they? Thank you all. Have a great day further. Big up Sal. Big up the main man, Irfan, as well. You know what? We don't always agree, Irfan. But one thing's for certain. We want the same thing. We dream the same dream. We want Man United back. That's what we want at the end of the day. We want a successful football club. I'm tired of being bantered. I'm tired of the negativity. I'm tired of singing and at players and stuff like that. It drives me mad, of course. Big up, of course. As fans, we want not our standards. Yes, give Amram all the sport he needs, but we should respect him to win the European Champions League. We are number one. Absolutely, Jim. Absolutely. What are many of aware of United? So Alex Ferguson set the standards. Yeah. Teams are now just as good as they can be. Notice that other teams also buy unknown quality, like Alex Ferguson used to do, of course. You remember that? Guys, yes, correct. He can improve for my club. Trust and me, see. Wait, bro. Let's have a look. I'm not sure, Slandon. I'm on the page of players like Giggs. I'm on the same page, my friend. Same page as you. I was there from Giggs' debut all the way to the end. I know what levels we need to go with, and they're not on that level yet. But one thing I won't do is bring them down yet. I won't bring them down yet. When they start getting to 23, 24, and they're not improving, like Rashford, you know, then I'm going to start getting a little bit concerned. You know, I'm going to start getting a little bit concerned. Like if Garnacho doesn't improve from now until next season, end of next season, then we're going to have to be like, it's a bit like, you know what, we have to think about it, don't we? See, I say it's still world class. The GOAT, he's the GOAT, absolutely, Kasi, for me too. The thing is Dalot, if doing good in attack from left, then use him. Otherwise, don't do it. He don't play left. He's a right winger, isn't he? He's a right winger. He's not a left. He's been playing left in all his credit, but he is a right wing back, not a left. Big comment, Sal, and well spoken. Dalot, true. Well, as well, it is. He is absolutely. Thank you, Jim. Thank you. I still think we have good players in under 18s and we don't have to spend a lot on players. I agree, Kamali. We have a great conveyor belt, a generational conveyor belt of young players coming through. Very excited about it, of course. Very excited about it. CR7 played on I can't compare him to Dalot's progress. We lost very good players along the way. Yes, but Dalot is 26. Dalot is 26. He's 26. He's not going to make it, Irfan. He's not. I hope he does. But at the moment, it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. And that's your opinion. I'm going to stick to mine. I don't think he's good enough for Man United. I don't. At the end of the day, there's an affiliation with him. You know, there's a very fan club FC of Dalot. But you know what? He's 26. He's not 19 or 20 like Ahmad. You know, he's not 20 like Garnacho. He's 26. You know what players were doing? Not only Cristiano Ronaldo. Check out what Giggs, Beckham, Scholes, Keane, Parker, Irwin, Pallister, Bruce were doing at that age, at 26. Andy Cole, Dwight York, Cantona. It's a different level. I know it's a different level, but he's not that guy. Big up, of course, Jim. Big up, of course. Love Chris Andernez, Wales work player, of course. Scored some great goals as a forward, absolutely. Amarim has to realise now to try and settle defence from coming matches. Amarim knows what he's doing, GK. Amarim knows what he's doing. That's what we say. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. It's an absolutely great show, of course, as usual. Thank you for joining me. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and smash a like on the video. If you guys can do that for me, I'm literally a few away from 5,000 subscribers. I will get there, guys. If you just spread the word around, spread the Stretford Post word around. We don't always agree, but the ultimate is we dream the same dream. We want the same thing. It's all about Man United at the end of the day. Have a fabulous evening. Enjoy your night, morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Big up yourself. Have a great time. I'll see you tomorrow for Breaking Dawn. Take it easy. Peace.